When it comes to first aid and safety giveaways that leave a lasting impression, there's one name you can trust: Safety Made. Looking for fast turnaround? Safety Made offers deep inventory and quick production times to keep your project on schedule. Want something truly memorable? Customize any of our first aid kits to create a unique gift that showcases your brand. Need it fast? Rush service is available for those last-minute opportunities and tight deadlines. And every kit is packed with trusted brand name components, delivering quality and confidence your customers will appreciate. Safety Made, your trusted source for first aid kits in the promotional products market. Visit Safety Made today and make safety your next great promotion.
Hello and welcome to Promo Perspectives. I'm your host, Anne Marie, and today we're diving into a question that businesses, marketers, and brands have been asking for generations. What do young consumers actually want? From baby boomers to Gen X, millennials, and now Gen Z, companies have been asking what drives the newest generation of buyers. So today, we're tackling the latest version of that age-old question: what does Gen Z actually want? And more importantly, what does that mean for the promotional products industry? Today, I'm joined by fellow Gen Z, Emily Pritchard, and we thought it would be fun to have an open conversation about the promotional products that we love, the ones we keep, and the ones that end up in the drawer or tossed out altogether. So thank you so much, Emily, for joining me.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I feel like we should just go ahead and just have a jump scare, get it out of the way. What year were you born? I'll go first. I was born in 98.
Oh.
Everybody brace yourselves.
Oh, I know. Don't say it. 2002.
Okay, we are in the thick of Gen Z.
I know.
I do sometimes like to identify more towards millennial.
Yeah, I'm in that weird one where it's like we were right off the end of the 90s, and so I remember a lot of like I still remember finding people in the yellow pages, but like very young. And I remember when the first iPhone came out. Okay. All of that. So
see, we have some credibility, some street cred. My sister is older, so I feel like I'm more on that side. But yeah, we also we get aged really quickly.
I actually jump scared somebody recently, and I was like, I'm 24. I was born in 2002, and I saw them visually like take a screenshot of their own mind. Yeah. And it was a little scary, and I kind of always forget that people get scared about my age.
I feel like we are an intimidating generation, but not as intimidating as Gen Alpha.
Oh, true.
That generation coming up. They don't make them like they used to.
They don't make them like they used to.
Kids these days.
You know what? I'll say it. Gen Z, last best generation. Okay? Just saying it.
You heard it here first. Okay, so we're talking about promo products, branded merch, the industry we know and love.
Of course.
What makes you, personally, Emily, want to keep a promotional product when you get it?
Something that will always make me keep something is how unique it is. I want to keep something that's going to be like a memento of somewhere, or is something that like jumps out at me. Like I like keeping random stuff like matchbooks. That one is a big one. I actually have a small collection of them that I've taken from various places and restaurants. And like that sort of thing. Yeah. And I don't like seeing the same thing with 5 different logos on it. Right. Stuff. What about you?
I feel like I'm pretty much the same with the uniqueness and something that maybe I wouldn't buy myself, or I need it a lot throughout the week or throughout my day-to-day life. Like, reusable shopping bags.
Yes.
Got to hit that Costco run.
Yes.
So if it's adding value into something that I'm already doing, then I feel like that's what's going to stay on the lineup.
Yeah, that's definitely a big one for me, is like, does it already add value to something I already have? And improve my day-to-day versus another thing in a cabinet.
Right.
Right.
So since we're kind of both aligned on that, do you think that Gen Z looks at promo differently than previous generations? Like, do you think we're the outlier in any way?
I don't think so. I think that there is always going to be like, Gen Z is very focused, at least like people who are really on social media. It's probably like the first social media generation are really concerned about how things like look. They don't want something to look, and I hate to say it because it's kind of a bad thing to say in promo, but I hate when stuff looks cheap, right? Or at the it like doesn't look like something that somebody else has. Because a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't want to get stuff that like other people don't have or don't like, right? I don't know. That's kind of like a weird spot to be in, but I don't think that overall people have changed their opinions about promo, except for in that regard, which I don't think is necessarily different.
Right, yeah. I mean, it goes back to that uniqueness that you were talking about. Like, we don't want what everybody else has. I feel like because we're the first kind of generation start to finish that's been on social media, we're kind of used to being sold at.
Yes.
And we have so many ads, we have so many voices and things in our day-to-day life that's like constantly a sales pitch. I feel like it's almost, we've muted out a lot of the unnecessary.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of just really focused on that one product. I've been on a hunt for a good quality lunchbox from the trade shows.
Yes.
And I tell everyone I'm with, I'm like, if anybody sees a good quality lunchbox, let me know, because
you have to tell me.
a little cooler bag, you know? So I feel like we get our eyes on that one thing that we're, you know, looking at, and, you know, that type of stuff kind of stands out.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a lot about usefulness. It's a lot about design. What about sustainability? Do you have, is that on your radar at all?
Yes. I personally like to support brands that have sustainability initiatives or have sustainable products. I love like recycled stuff or like repurposed items, especially. I definitely try and think about it when I can, because I do always like to try and have like a reusable bag on me. I use a reusable water bottle. I try and recycle when I can. But yeah, that's definitely something on my radar, at least.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same with, it's one less thing to have to do too, to like throw it away and find a place to put, especially if the packaging is not very thoughtful. If it's this big bulky box and the product is like this small.
Yes.
It's just like, how am I going to fit this in my trash
Yeah, like
can?
this is just annoying now. Now it's just annoying.
At this point, it's just one more thing to have to keep up with. And I also like, I think just an overarching thoughtfulness that goes into, like, yes, sustainability, yes, initiatives, or promo for good. Like, I love all of those things that are kind of like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to have the product, if you're going to be buying it anyways, using it, you might as well, like, you know, Wrapped does the Second Life packaging, and I love that. Like, something that turns into a planter.
Like a little sprinkle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that kind of stuff.
So, on that same note, what are some promotional products that you'll almost always keep? If you're passing by, what is something that you're like, yes, no brainer?
I'm always gonna keep something that's like made out of like real glass. I think that's or like real metals that
Materials
aren't gonna tarnish.
matter. Yeah.
Material matters. But also just things that remind me of good places, or products that I'm going, like we said earlier, that are just going to blend into my day to day. I don't want to have to think about being advertised to 24/7, even though, as you kind of said, like Gen Z is online a lot. You're used to being advertised to. Like my thing is like, it's so stupid, but whenever I see like the little orange TikTok shop thing at the bottom of a caption, immediate scroll because I don't trust what you have to say anymore. You're getting a kickback, and so the best way to be advertised to is to not be advertised to, right? That's like keeping it subtle and then baking it into my day to day. That's the best promo product,
right,
for me.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm the same way. Obviously, I mean, tale as old as time, quality trumps every single time. Sometimes a name branded item is actually superior for the reasons of, like, you know, a water bottle, like we were saying, you know, glass or metal, you know, stainless steel, where you know that's going to last a long time. So you don't have to keep replacing it. Also, I feel like the entire experience, like when you said the best way to be sold to is not, you know, being advertised to. If I were to receive a very quality piece of promotional product and the way that it was handed to me or the delivery of it, you know, kind of like changes the environment for me, the other day I was at this health food store and there was a little promo booth. It was a milk company that was kind of local to the area. I'm based out of the Austin area here in Texas. And he was handing out koozies and different things, and he saw that I had my son with me, and he goes, "Oh, I have something for you." And he pulls out this like heavy-duty chip clip with a magnet, and he was like, "Here's to hang up all of his drawings and like artwork." And I was like, it was so thoughtful and so cute. And so I feel like also just when you have a representative for your branded merch or whatever it is, the story and the thoughtfulness that goes behind the delivery of that product, that chip clip could have zero branding on it, but I know exactly the company that it came from.
Yep, the human connection.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like that is something that really, stood out.
A lot of my friends are very much like that. They want to feel a connection with people, especially because you're so removed from a lot of advertising now. You're online and all that. It's just having that little bit just sprinkles in.
Exactly. And it's the same as, we were talking about the TikTok shop of advertising, seeing someone recommend a product to you. We're kind of gun shy about that.
Yes.
Unless we have a personal testimonial of what was your experience with this product? Stuff like that. So speaking of what's impressed you lately, what stood out, what are some branded items that you've received lately that have genuinely impressed you, stopped you in your tracks?
This one was actually something that really stood out to me, and it was kind of weird because it was a tech item. You can do magnetic phone chargers. I can specifically think of one from Rupt off the top of my head, but I didn't even know you could put logos on things like that. I know in my heart of hearts and in my brain, I know you can do that, but also seeing it and then just being wow, this is so subtle, but it's so useful to me, and it charges so quickly. Boom. I love it.
Yeah. Speaking of advertising, this is not brought to you by Rupt. They really stuck out to us, apparently.
That one just did stick out to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Off the top of my head, it's so easy to go for.
Yeah, I think tech probably, little tech organizers. We just got one recently from Sage. Also another one that I have and I still use from Incentive Concepts. They were in our promo live.
Yeah.
They're actually exhibiting at our upcoming promo live in October. Shout out.
Check it out.
Check it out. But anyways, they gave us those knife, charcuterie and cheese knife set.
I remember that.
I actually use that. Those knives are super quality.
Yes.
So those are the things like tech, kitchen, travel. Again, back to the quality and just making the stuff that you do every day a little bit better, a little bit nicer. Okay, let's do a fun lightning round.
Yes.
This is just you, keep or toss. I'm going to give you some products and just off the top of your head, yes or no. Okay, branded water bottle.
Keep.
Tote bag.
Always keep.
Notebook.
Toss.
Toss, okay. Phone accessory.
Depends, but I'll put it in toss.
Okay. T-shirt.
Keep.
Sticker.
Keep.
Coffee mug.
I'm kind of a connoisseur of those. Toss.
Portable charger.
Keep.
Sunglasses.
Toss.
Desk accessory.
Toss.
Okay. So some of those surprised me. I'm not going to lie.
I could tell. You were like, ooh.
Wait.
Oh.
Okay. So what types, what is it that's standing out that's making something go into the toss bin? How are you differentiating what you leave behind?
I feel like it's got to be my perception of quality. Not that something could be, because it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Again, it's there's a perception of quality. And I am going to assume if you're handing me a t-shirt, it's probably going to be good quality, versus if it's a desk accessory, I'm thinking it's a pen and I have a million pens or I have a million mugs and that sort of thing.
Right.
So.
Except if it is unique, like the fidget spinner pen.
Yes.
So I will say, if you are in a category that is kind of been there, done that, seen it.
Yeah.
Getting something like that, like the fidget spinner, or, they added flashlights or measuring tapes or whatever it is, Stuff like that can really elevate a product and make it that much nicer. I mean, everyone does have a favorite pin at the end of the day.
True.
So they're not totally useless.
They're not totally useless. It's just I have a lot of them, and so I need a reason to keep it. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I need the thing.
You're like,
the
talk
thing
to
that makes
me.
me want to keep it.
Talk to me.
Talk to me. Talk to me, pen. Talk to me.
So what is a product? So you've been in the industry for how many years now?
I have been working at Sage now for 2 years. Actually, 2 years as of last week.
Oh wow! Congrats. Yeah, and you're kind of a promo industry nepo baby, though.
Unfortunately,
because
used to own a print shop.
Yes.
We were distributors, and then I know I've been around Sage like my whole life, and so feel like I've seen a lot of promo products in my life.
And so that's why I wanted to ask you, what is a product that you've seen over and over that doesn't really excite you? Obviously, you have a personal vendetta against pins.
I do.
What is something else that just doesn't excite you anymore?
I hate to say it, can coolers.
Can coolers. Hot take. The koozie.
The can cooler. The thing that you put around a nice ice cold bevy, you know, that's really, you see them everywhere. And the only reason that you're going to have one nowadays, because you already have 1,000 of them, is because somebody hands you the drink with the can cooler already on it.
Well, and see, that goes back to that experience and the way that you're delivering the promotional product. If someone's handing it to you with a nice cold drink inside already, I feel like that kind of just wraps the bow up a little bit more.
Yeah, it bows it.
Okay, cool. So if you could give one piece of advice to a distributor that's trying to appeal to Gen Z, what would it be?
I would say you really just have to have an experience, have the human connection. Think about how the person that you're advertising to or trying to get something in their hand is that they have been advertised to their whole life. And like everybody's been advertised to their whole life, but when your social media, one of the primary ways that you connect with your peers now is through an inhuman medium, think about how much that just extra bit of care into handing them that item is going to make them feel.
Totally. All right. Well, thank you so much for all
Thanks
the
for having
insight.
me.
And thank you guys so much for joining this episode of Promo Perspectives. We hope that this gives you something to take away and go out there and conquer Gen Z. We're not that scary.
We're not that scary, I swear. We're super friendly.
Bye, guys.
Bye.